ladies and gents, and welcome to War Thunder with Mags. And today, well, today we're going to have just one of those days. You know the days I'm talking about, the ones where it just doesn't seem to matter what you do. It just doesn't work out. Now, I do really like to show these videos from time to time. As somebody who makes videos for YouTube, obviously I've got to filter through a lot of battles that I play, and I generally try and pick the most interesting or the most entertaining one to put up. This does mean that a lot of the bad battles that I have, and I do have them, tend to get pushed aside as, well, when you have a bad battle, they're generally not all that entertaining to watch. You probably won't find them all that informative outside of a what not to do scenario, so in the end, they're not worth making a YouTube video about, which means as a result, you don't get to see a lot of those battles from mine. But every now and again, you have a battle that is so ludicrous that you've got to put it up. You just have to put it up. Now, this battle was from the start of patch 1.53. I actually forgot I had it. I thought I deleted it, but it turns out I actually put the video file into a directory that was not named what I thought it was, so I lost it for a little while. This is Hokkaido. I am flying out in Spitfire 2B. Being Hokkaido, this is Britain versus the United States. It's low tier. We're looking at TBFs, PBYs, we're looking at P40s. I'm currently leading the charge for the British team, and I am the first person to make contact with the enemy. I'm holding at 12,600 feet, I have the altitude advantage, the cannons are loaded, we're ready for a little bit of fun. So the closest target is a PBY, but I'm not even going to bother with that. I'm just going to let him drop his bombs. We'll kill him later on the match. He actually cannot win this match by bombing, so there's no point in going after him too early. Let him go earn some credits and RP and we'll take him out later. Now my first target is going to be the P400 directly below me, so position myself directly in top, roll the aircraft over and push it down into a dive. Slightly over-rolled there, it wasn't a perfectly smooth motion. Now the P400 goes into the vertical to try and get to me. Throttles back to 75% to prevent overspeed, pull back into the vertical, throttles up to 100 onto WEP, complete the rollover, and then re-dive on top of him after he's stalled himself going into the vertical. In his attempt to spike me from underneath, he's blown all of his energy, he cannot get away. Now I'm just keeping the approach smooth at this time. I'm starting to push towards 600 kilometers an hour and the P400 is beginning to maneuver. He aggressively rolls the plane over. I'm a little bit worried about over-G'ing the aircraft, so just level it out. Take it back into the vertical. I don't need to give up an advantage blowing all of my energy to fall in on his tail. I can just go straight into the vertical. He pulls in underneath and tries to follow me in the vertical from a lower energy state. I just keep the plane going straight up. Complete the rollover at just under 300 kilometers an hour and re-dive. Once again, he's blown all of his energy again. Critical strike on the tail. Nice and easy. So a textbook vertical engagement, and that will be my first kit assist of the match. Ah, well, I guess Boom X Silent needed that kill more than I did. That's alright, we'll move on to the next target. So, we got an A26 down low. Not particularly interested in engaging bombers at the moment. I'm looking for fighters. That A36 directly in front of me, however, that looks very interesting. So, start gaining altitude above him. Pull up at about a 40-degree climb angle. I want to make sure I'm nice and high before rolling the plane over and beginning my dive. The A36 sees me complete the rollover and begins to push the plane into a dive himself. Take the lead. Perfect hit. Set the plane on fire. Pull the plane back into the level. Now, I'm aware that that fire hasn't killed him yet, so turn the plane over to continue tracking him. And sure enough, the fire goes out. But that's alright, I'm still in a higher energy position. Push down, he can't escape. We'll go in and we'll finish him off. Just checking my 6. Nobody's around there that can take me out. Looks like an ally is dropping in, but that's alright. I should have the lead on this one. Right as I pull the trigger, kill assist. Apparently Boom X Silent needed that kill more than me as well. Not a problem. Plenty more Americans out there. So what have we got? We've got, well, I know they're not all dead. Where the hell are they all? Ah, there we go. We have a contestant. We've got a P400. Alright, we'll go for the P400 next. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. At this point, I was a little annoyed. Just a little. And when I get a little annoyed, my shooting goes to shit. Just a little bit. So, 300 meters off the P400. Take the lead, first shot's in, a couple of hits, but I'm not shooting particularly great here. Half of this is spray, I'm really only connecting with the 7.7s. That was a cannon hit, but it didn't really do anything, and that's the last of my cannon ammunition out. So, now I'm down to just the MGs. But British MGs are not all that bad at the moment. More shots in, come on, I gotta get something here in a second, and I'm going too fast. He gets taken out from behind, goes into a fireball, And place your bets on what this one is going to be. Come on, have a guess, what's it going to be? That's right, it's another assist. Although, to be fair, I was shooting really poorly there. That one was never really my kill to begin with, so it doesn't really matter. So, moving on to the next target, and who's it going to be next? Well, we've got the A20G ahead, and, well, it's still ticking along. I've got no cannon, I'm down to 744 rounds of 30 caliber machine gun ammo. Yeah, and there goes the A20G anyway. It's just been taken out. Alright, I needed something else to fight. That P40 will do. We're going to go for the P40. At least we'll go for the P40 if it comes close. At the moment it's 7 kilometers out. So we'll keep heading in this direction, although it does look like it is closing in. It does look like it's turned around. Yes, down to 4 kilometers. Alright, we have a contestant. Alright. Start gaining some altitude on it. At the moment it's got an advantage. It is definitely hauling us. It's got the speed on. 2.3 kilometers out and closing. Again, 744 rounds left in the MG. No cannon shot, so I'm going to have to aim well here. These 7.7s need to hit home. Spitfire takes a swing at the P40. The P40 banks to dodge out of the way. That'll cost him some speed, which works out great for me. Pulls into the vertical as he knows he's being engaged. Critical strike. Light both fuel tanks in the wings on fire. That is my kill. Beautiful, and assist number 4. So, I get a double critical strike on a P40, lighting the entire aircraft into a burning fireball that is still going, and that's not enough to secure me a kill. You know, as much as I do not endorse team killing at all, in this particular match I was starting to understand why people do it. So, there's really nothing else for me to shoot at in the area at this time. We have the A20G that's directly in front of me. I'm down to 492 rounds of MG. I'm going for this guy. So I'm down to 492 rounds of ammunition. I can't afford to miss much. This is only on the 30 cal weapons. If I miss too much on these, I'm not going to be able to put an A20G down. Now, his defensive armament is 50 caliber base, so I can't take too many hits. What I'm going to do is go in deep underneath and then pull up at about a 45 to 50 degree climb angle. This should give me a good profile on the engines. As I pull into the position behind, I should have enough drift that'll throw off his manual turret aim. He'll have trouble hitting me accurately, and I should have enough time to put these rounds straight into the back of his engine nacelle. With a little bit of luck, we'll rip the wing off. So, begin the drift up. Left engine is now smoking. More hits, right engine is on fire. Continuing putting shots through. Excellent, and kill assist number 5. Gaijin, fix your shit. At this point, out of ammo, so I actually can't take a shot at another target. I landed the plane, and I just quit the match. And then I just quit the game. Multiple critical hits on a target, and the kill is still awarded simply to the last person to shoot the wreck. And Gaijin wonders why players get frustrated with this game. Until next time, ladies and gents, click like if you do, subscribe if you want to see more, fly smart, fly safe, and I'll catch you in the skies.